啟動金球，必須以 Linger 導入。
爸，嗰晚見到啲乜嘢？
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Chop-Socky Cinema. Your two favorite black men. As one disappears and the other one comes back in, we'll figure that out in a minute. Oh, look at that. There's Mike. You can see us now.
Sorry, I forgot about the whole lighting thing.
Especially with two dark-skinned folk like us. How can you forget lighting?
Shut up.
Anyways, today at Chop-Socky Cinema, William Harrison and Chris Brown here. Gotten to watch another well-go film called Iceman.
You seem to be watching a lot of well-go films.
It's what I collect. It's what I have.
I didn't say it was a bad thing.
But this is actually a remake of a 1989 film of The Iceman Cometh, and pretty much the exact same plot line, which I'm going to read right now because I don't think I can do it justice trying to do it on the fly. A Ming Steve Palace god, wrongly accused of murder, is hunted by three sworn brothers bent on revenge. All four are accidentally buried, frozen in time at the height of battle. 400 years later, they are defrosted and resume their mortal struggle, while also adjusting to modern day life. Now, back in the 1980 film, obviously 400 years later would have put them in their modern time of, well, the 80s. Here, it is the year 2013. Truly modern era. Even though the movie came out in 2014, well, at least for us anyways. And
released in 2014.
Released in 2014, but the movie takes place in 2013, and modern day has been, by our main character standards, corrupt. So,
A tad bit.
just a bit. So, what was it? He Ying?
He Ying.
Yeah, He Ying is our...
Ying Sao, Yung Lao, Yung Long. Neihu. I didn't actually hear a pronunciation on that.
Not
my Cantonese is shit. So
yes.
there's that.
So He Ying, who's actually played by Donnie Yen. If you recognize that name, I'm sure you've watched a lot of the Ip Man films, and a bunch of others. He's done quite a lot. I saw the list. I can't remember them all off the top of my head. I'm sure you can. I'm sure you can.
There's been quite a few that I've seen that he hasn't been in, that haven't had American releases. So there's that.
Fantastic. This film's got...
There was one where he pulls a straight up reversal into a German suplex and puts a guy through a table. I was like, what?
That sounds
awesome.
amazing.
I gotta remember which movie that was.
Well, in this case, He Ying is one of the first guys released from, first guys released from their IC prison, and has no idea what's going on.
Cryogenic stasis tubes.
Yeah, it's tubes that were in. And he comes out and he has no idea what's going on. he's in a foreign land. He's like, I have no idea. And it's funny because he's still dressed up in his war gear, and he finds himself at a party. I thought was hilarious, where his look literally does not look confusing to anybody. Nope, it's
Till the next morning.
till the next morning. Of course, meeting with modern day people. One being in particular named May, who has a particular interest in him, both drunk and sober. And so,
Mainly the drunk one comes first.
yes, but both drunk and sober at a certain point, and has this realistically decides to kind of help bring him up to speed.
Help him with the
Transition.
Because,
Of course.
because he's nice to, because he's just straight up nice to her.
I mean,
And
he's
he,
just an overall good guy. You know, he's like, thank you for your hospitality, whatever. I don't want to impose. And they're like, well, no, we can't just leave you out there.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, well, we're going to help you. Of course, you know, in return, you know, he's done many nice things. In return, like,
Paid off her debt.
paid off for debt with the amount of gold he just happened to have on him. And I was like, hey, well, how much is this worth? Here you go. Stack of like wad of cash. I was like,
I forgot what those ingots were actually. How much is? I see you know how much those ingots weighed.
yeah,
And gold is priced by weight. By ounce. As a matter of fact.
So those are real gold. And he had like 2 or 3 more in his hand that he hands over. I'm like,
He's like, oh, I've got plenty. I was like, Jesus.
oh, Jesus Christ, man.
I was like, yeah, if he was Imperial Guard, yeah, he should have several of those.
Several of those. I mean, he does so many great things. Like May's mother is an old folks home, hospitalized, pretty much in a very vegetative state, and through his martial arts and way of chi and everything, he literally goes, almost chiropractic work, and puts her back into a more knowledgeable state. Like suddenly, boom, she's back to reality, and it's like, whoa, what the heck did he do? And it's really great because at least to me, I thought it was great because it's instead of her spending her last days not knowing what's going on, she's now conscious of being, hey, look at me, I can see, I can talk, I can do stuff. But in the end, realistically, he's still fighting this war that never really ended for him. The history books, state what they have with him being the bad guy.
Yep.
But in the end, he wants to find the truth. He wants to get to the truth, and he's going to find it.
The old history is written by the victor.
Yes. So now there is something about this film that needs to be said, and this is spoiler warning. So if you really want to catch this film, this is a good place to stop for a minute, because the part I'm going to get to is the part that gives me a bit of like, what the heck about this movie?
Well, I might cut it out.
Huh?
Or I might cut it out if it's too long of an explanation.
I'm actually not even gonna do too much explanation because
Never mind.
it's the ending that got me, and there's a reason why I want to bring it up.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that first.
Yes. One thing you'll ever notice is you'll feel like the movie's not finished. It's because realistically, it's not. The story is not. It leaves you off on a pretty high cliffhanger. There's still plenty of story to go because there's a lot of questions just go unanswered.
And a jump forward scene right before the credits. There's a jump forward scene that I'm just like,
Like,
huh?
What? What happened? What's going on?
Yeah.
Why did this happen? And then May is walking into the ocean. We see our hero rising up and waking up again from a dead state.
and then it just
Cuts.
cuts to black, and then you see the jump forward scene that I mentioned, and it's He Ying and Yun Long walking into a place where they find a time machine.
Yes.
Basically, it's the wheel that the golden wheel of time that they mentioned in the beginning of the movie.
Yes. And
That's how
it ends. I was so confused. I said, no, I got to do some research on this. I have to, because something seems wrong. I feel like we're getting gypped of a movie. Of a great movie that was amazing. To find out, the United States has not seen Iceman 2. Just released currently a few months ago from this time in May. So they've already gotten their theatrical release. We probably won't see a DVD release here in the States until 4 or 5 more months.
Maybe December at the
Earliest.
Probably February at the latest.
And
maybe even April.
by then, you'll see us definitely watching that film. Hopefully see
The day it comes out.
like a definitive end, because I feel like I need to know what happens. I really do. But beyond that, what were your favorite parts of this, Will?
Fight scenes, to be honest. And then some of the just comical shit was great.
And before you even think this is a serious movie by any stretch, it is not.
It has
It
serious
gets
moments. But yeah,
but
other than that, no, it's pretty funny.
It
seems
that's
like
a comedy.
It seems like overall it's a comedy,
Yes.
like an action comedy, and it's really good. I like that.
And
Some of the storytelling was really good. The costume designs are awesome. I'm sorry, that's still funny. He was like, oh yeah, by the way, let me talk for a minute. Walks into the van, beats the dude up, takes his clothes, walks out of the van.
that one moment
Without losing its stride too, man. It's just like, you hear sounds of punches being thrown in, out, new clothes on.
He's like, all right, we're good. Actually, to be honest, I like the whole, all right, I need y'all to find this guy. I need y'all to make these weapons. All right, we're going to find this guy. Where the hell is my chicken curry? Like, where's my curry? It was spaghetti. It was spaghetti chicken curry. And he's like, where is it? Because
those guys are, and like,
they're like obsessed with food the entire time they're
I
there.
want to say his name is Nahu
and Sal.
And Sal.
And Sal. Yeah.
They're awesome for, I'm guessing, the guys that are technically supposed to be comic relief.
Oh, easily comic relief. I just thought it was absolutely hilarious. Like, no matter how many times you see them, they're always eating something.
Yep.
Like, always. It's like, it kills me. And yet
they're about to eat something.
It's just like, we got food, we got drink, we're good. But, talking about the action scenes, our final battle for the movie takes like, takes
place on a suspension bridge. I'm not really sure where it's supposed to be, but
not sure, but I know it's like at least 20-minute fight.
Awesome.
I know it was a 20-minute.
Awesome too.
It's like from like beginning to end, and it's great because you got all the action going on, but like his tag team partner May is trying to save people, trying to get them going, and I'm thinking like, okay, so they don't leave her out by any stretch. They keep her in the film all the way pretty much to the end, and I like that. But what gets me about the storytelling is they do a lot of flashbacks. Basically showing you the initial betrayal, to finding out that all 4 of these gentlemen, including our main villain that we find out, were all, which I thought was all.
Well, he may not be
necessarily the main villain.
Yeah, he might not be the actual main villain though.
It seems like he is though, because he's. I
mean, yeah, the way everything was going.
Because they mentioned someone's a traitor amongst them, and it looks really close to him.
And there was 5
of them. But one of them obviously got his just due after his arm gets broken like 20 times. But and I don't mean like this arm a couple times, I mean like literally just one arm. 20 times broken.
He basically, I don't think he broke it. I think he more or less like pulled it in and out of socket a shit ton of times.
He's like,
still, even then, it's just like,
you hear crack, 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 crack. I'm like, oh my god.
Even then, that shit's just useless after that point.
Oh, he was useless after that, for all intents and purposes. But beyond that, basically you find out they're all brothers in arms, so they all had, this bond, and comically bond that nature. And so this film just goes on and on with like, Titan. You alright? You alright,
He
buddy?
wants to play now.
We'll get it. We'll get it.
Ouch, sorry.
I think we're backs. Technical difficulties.
Happens.
AKA Titan.
Technical difficulty weighs 70 pounds.
Yes. So, now, this film amuses me. Now, if I had to give this a downside, because there's always an up and a down. The downside to me was a lot of the action. A lot of the over-top action to me
Yeah.
just seemed, like almost way too overplayed for what. I know the type of movie that it is, and the surrealism is there. But that's because of the way the film starts out. Like, you know from the beginning it's going to have these surreal moments.
Mm.
But jumping through all the glass,
I swear to God, there was like 45 minutes where like everybody was going
Jumping through glass.
like every like 5 to 10 minutes. Got a problem? Jump out a window. Got no problem? Jump out a window.
Shit,
there they are. Jump out a window.
I think what makes this a downside for the movie is that this movie gets, for me, is the fact that you only got half the story. And that's not to the fault of anything major. It's the fact that part 2 was in the works and has not been made yet, nor released. So, buddy. So, it's
Tight. Come here.
my arm is not a chew toy.
Why do you want to play right now? Dude. Come on. Come here. Come here. I love you too. Stop being a dick.
Good. It's that the movie realistically just stops at a certain point. Sure, you get a bit of a preview of what's to come, but I don't like teasers like that. I don't mind a cliffhanger, but don't tease me. Don't make it seem like the movie's going to continue and then nothing.
And then stop.
I'm like, I don't like that. Now, like I said, it's not to anything's fault. We are getting part 2. And it just seems like these movies should literally be watched one after the other.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why as soon as the movie releases in the States, or I can get access to it at some point to watch, I don't care if it's YouTube, some kind of streaming service, whatever, we're going to watch it. Almost as soon as possible.
Oh, yeah. Which I understand the reason of like cliffhangers. It gives you that, makes you want to watch it more, or at least see what you're missing.
Which it did its job.
Sometimes that works as a detriment, especially if you wait too long to bring something out. Didn't even forever. Anyway, I'm just saying, these things happen.
But this movie was 2013, 2014. Our sequel just came out earlier this year of 2018 in May. So that's a long wait to get the second half of a story. Assuming,
unless you're a gamer, then you know that like waiting long for shit is what basically
standard.
Yeah.
How long did we wait for Kingdom Hearts 3? 13 years, 7 months, something like that. It was like some long ass.
Yeah, how long did we wait for like Duke Nukem Forever? How well did that work out? Hell, I'm still waiting for Half-Life 3 to come the fuck out. Damn it, Valve, come on. Get on your ass.
We'll get there eventually. But...
Be 70 years old. Damn it, Half-Life 3 finally came out. Thank God.
But I can't see much anymore. I guess I'm not good enough for games.
I'll just have my grandson read it to me.
Yeah, I know, right? That'd be fantastic.
It'd be horrible.
But...
Sorry about the excessive tail wagging.
I've noticed. Why do you want my arm? Is there a note?
Oh, no.
Is there a truth what you want?
No, I used to wear gloves and stuff half the time.
I guess my thermals, I guess, is attracting that.
Yeah, it does that. Any kind of like thick clothing on hands, stuff like that attracts like that. Don't listen to us right now. We're talking about why my dog is being weird right now.
Yes, but buddy. Okay. Oh damn.
Anyway, as we were saying,
Continue. I got the dog.
the movie's actually really, really good, and like you should definitely like check it out. You may want to wait till they release the second one in the U.S. first, unless you just
Really?
are really that patient. And I mentioned waiting for Half-Life, and I am that patient, because I've basically given up that it will ever be released. So there's that part. But at least we know this will be released.
No, you don't.
It's actually like pretty good. It's actually really good. Unfortunately, Titan's going to be a head on the couch in a minute. Unfortunately, he likes to play Leo too much.
It is what it is. Have fun, buddy.
But as far as that goes, what would you rate this?
Well, if I gotta rank this, to be honest, even with the massive cliffhanger and knowing I'm not gonna get the second half for a while, I literally would still have to get this.
6 or 7 months.
Still, even
That's a long time.
I mean, well, if we had watched this like years ago, comparatively, but what I'm saying is like, I personally would have, because I did get this movie like years ago. I'm just now watching it, so I was like,
dude, it's been in my Netflix queue forever. As soon as you showed me that and we were gonna watch, I was like, yeah, I got it on Netflix.
let's do that. I still have to give it 4.5 cranes because it's still a solid movie.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
and it's a good comedy too, as a matter of fact.
yeah,
There are some very
I
good
like
comedic scenes in this.
and I like the characters. They seem to have a bit of a they give you a bit of, you know, a little background of everybody, including even May. How realistically she is someone who literally tried to do everything in her power to gain money, not for herself,
to help her mom.
but to help her mom. So you have the sympathy for her, and I'm like, it's amazing that they decided to make a character who's like just a glorified sidekick for all intents and purposes, and give her some life.
Yeah, no. Give her an actual story background, which is awesome.
And I do.
It actually makes you care about it. Ooh, character development.
including the Vespa to the nuts. So
That tasty character development. We
Yeah.
all need that. What is your problem?
what about
Anyway, I would definitely agree and give this 4.5. And like,
continue?
and
There's
the
no
20
amount of editing that's gonna stop this.
No, it's not. I've kind of given up at this point now. But I would give it 4.5 as well. The 20-minute fight scene, like on the bridge, was awesome.
I like the part where he's like, "My baby is." Opens up the
like,
truck.
huh?
I'm thinking, what the heck? And then there comes the weapons.
It's this giant fucking
halberd.
And Sal's like sword and shield, short sword and shield. Well, one-handed sword and shield. Sorry.
Shield.
And that shield was freaking huge, man.
I was like, what the heck did they use? I thought, by the looks of it, looks like some kind of rim as part of the base on it.
Looked like a giant hubcap, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I was like, oh, okay. I was like, I don't know what vehicle that was on, but they made it work. Of course, He Ying didn't, go completely weaponless. He picked up a chain and was like, all right, let's do this. And that whole fight scene was amazing.
So,
Ouch.
yeah. Anyway. So, remember to like, share, and subscribe.
If you liked us,
If you
thumbs
want
up.
to.
If you hated us, thumbs down. Let us know what you think. What we could have done better. What we could have done worse.
Whether or not you believe my dog is on something as well as I believe my dog is on something.
I mean,
If they make a catnip thing for dogs, I'm pretty sure it's probably growing around my house somewhere.
either that or some of the lights. Somehow it's like,
No, because he does the shit in the middle of dark too now.
fair enough. So there's that. Ladies and gentlemen, there's many things to see on Geek Carolina. We hope you enjoy what you saw today and hope you enjoy more that to come. I'm Chris.
I'm
He's
William.
Will.
This is Titan.
Yes. We out.